He always was there to protect me for anything that was unsafe. Like, the club scene, like you come across a lot of situations that are not safe for women. So
Yeah.
he was the man, he's the protector of all women, and he helped out a lot. Like, there's a lot of incidents around in the clubs that we worked at. So
Yes.
like the superhero,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know, I haven't heard too much yet, but I'm excited to hear more stories about, I know that he is a very good guy, but you don't want to get on his bad side. Like, I wouldn't want to fuck with him, for sure. Do you think it was just that he was like crazy in love fighting, or it was more to protect and defend?
He's a lover. He's not, if he's fighting to protect, and that's all it is. The thing is about D, he's not egotistical. He doesn't fight because he's got this big ego like a lot of men do, right? So the part of his fighting is from his heart, like he's protecting. When he fought, it was for protection, for love, and to defend himself, and to, it was like, okay, let's be realistic. In that industry, it's a fake world. A lot of it has a lot of fake people, and I was so amazed by him because he was so real. You don't, like, even now in this generation, it's so hard to find real people, and he's never the only thing that's changed about D is that he's more protective of himself and who he allows in his life. He doesn't trust us. He reminded me a lot like me, where I put in too much trust with people, and he did that for too many years, and he got burnt so, and I've seen him go down. He's got him burnt, betrayed, he's been robbed. There's so many different, 21 years, right? So I've heard a lot. I've been through a lot with him. So I could have done a lot more, but we were always after a while, he moved, he was in the States a lot. So, but we always stayed in touch, right? So,
yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, so he's definitely a fighter, but he fights with his heart, not for me.
Only when he has to.
When he has to, oh yeah, and he knocked out a couple guys for me and my friends because at the club scene, right? So I'm like, oh wow,
Well, if I was a guy, even a big guy, I wouldn't want to fuck with him. So.
You'll put a guy to sleep. You'll put a guy to sleep. Let me tell you that.
Wow.
And it's not like, oh, look at me, no, it's like, you messed around with the wrong friends of mine, right?
Yeah, for sure. I know that those days and nights were probably a little bit blurry for you guys. Was there one instance in particular where you can recall was super crazy?
So as a club promoter, I had my other club promoter girlfriend. We had a group of blondies, right, at that time.
Amazing.
And knew all of them, right? Of course. We all knew D, right? Yeah. And one time, so one of my good friends, she was really a huge hostess. She was very popular in the day, right? So she was a star, and she got stalked a lot by men whenever we would go out to where the clubs that we would work at and promote at. And one time there was this guy that was stalking her outside the club and would not leave her alone. And I'll never forget D. He's like, listen, what don't you understand? When women tell you to leave them alone, you leave them alone. This is it's so blurry, but I remember he came out with his suit and and he knocked him out and he put him to sleep, and the guy fell to the ground, and we were like, okay, okay, lady, you're good now. You don't have to worry, right?
He never came back again.
No, not never seen him that day ever again.
Well, it worked.
And I remember him there's so many times people would butt the line. One thing is, you would never disrespect. I've never ever seen disrespect women or be aggressive with women in any sort of way. It was only men. So that's what I respect about D, right?
Yeah.
He knew the boundaries when it comes to the female and the male.
Right.
And he's like, dude, you gotta wait in line like everybody else. And the guy wouldn't listen. And then he picked the guy up with his hand and he just threw him out of the line. So
much strength.
Yeah. Oh.
You can't bring back the ones you love. But what you can do, the best way to honor their memory, is by helping others. I knew after that night, everything changed. That we were at war. And as the body count rose, I knew this only was going to end one way. I knew what I needed to do next. This had to end. This had to end now. The day I got stabbed, I realized the difference between dying for something and dying for nothing. I realized the only reason why I fought so hard to stay alive that day was because I didn't want to die for nothing. But today, I can die for something. My way, my choice.
The only thing that's changed about D is that he's more protective of himself and who he allows in his life. One of my good friends, she's really like a huge hostess. Like, she was very popular in the day, right? So she was like a star, and she got stalked a lot by men whenever we would go out to the clubs that we would work at and promote at. And I'll never forget D. He's like, listen, what don't you understand? When women tell you to leave them alone, you leave them alone. Like, this is like, it's so blurry, but I remember he came out with his like suit and like, and the guy just wouldn't listen, and he knocked him out, and he put him to sleep, and the guy fell to the ground, and we're like,
he's usually trying to save someone. Like, one thing when someone's in trouble, or if he knows someone and he sees something going down, he's in the middle of it first. To defend you, or whatever. Even for me, like
when you're talking about almost killing someone in self-defense, now that's a little bit of a different ballgame of his life in that time frame. It is what it is, right? It's true. You know, he almost got killed during that situation, and a target went on him for a while.
When you come from the streets and you make poor decisions, people are going to judge you by those decisions. Let me ask you a question. What would you do? What would you do if someone was hunting to kill you? Would you stand and run? Or would you fight back?
And something happened inside. I looked one way, and I see Derek go the other way.
A beer bottle at my head, and I remember, yeah. My son was, I think, 3 at the time, 2 or 3, and I remember how pissed he was. And because he was more mad at himself because he wasn't right there in the instant to stop it, to prevent it from happening. I was covered in blood everywhere in the middle of the club, and he took the guy outside, and I thought he was going to kill him.
One night I went out with my friends. Great, everything's fine inside the club. Great. Something happened inside where a couple guys got kicked out. There was a fight. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like 2:30 in the morning. They got kicked out. Cool. We're leaving the club, we're going upstairs. Pretty much 3 against like 6. So something's about to happen. And then out of nowhere, corner of my eye, I see Derek come out of nowhere.
Grabbed the guy, took him outside, beat the living snot out of him, and his team pulled him off the guy while the ambulance was coming and tending to me.
Died down, everything's great, all right, cool. We're about to leave. I'm walking from back to our car. He's going his way, I'm about to go my way. And then some random guy, out of nowhere, some dude, I don't know what he is, said something to Derek. Lines of, oh, you think you're so tough? I was like, who the heck is this guy?
They watched me stumble and believed it was the end of my story. But in that moment, I was just tying my shoelaces tighter, preparing to run even faster. Regardless of how people felt of me at that time, I knew I had to make it. Not for them, but for me. When I realized a lot of people confused my confidence for arrogance. But they don't understand. They don't realize the process that I went through and how much I had to believe in myself at a time when nobody else did to make a lot of things happen in my life. When I was finally in a good space, I realized some things are just meant to be and to happen if you believe in yourself. The strongest ones in life are not those ones that show strength in front of you. The strongest ones are the ones that overcome battles you know nothing about. Understand this. I'm not where I want to be, but I thank the higher power every day. I'm not where I used to be. So let me be clear about something. I don't give a fuck who talks about me behind my back. They ain't gonna say it to my face, so definitely ain't gonna do nothing about it. So they can stay right where they belong, behind me. But if you want some, come get some.
You've got the words to change a nation, but your bite
The end of every story has a beginning. And this is the beginning of my journey. And hopefully will give you a deeper understanding of just who I was and how I got to this point. And over this next period of 15 episodes, you're going to hear a lot of things that will probably shock you. You're going to hear from people who were there, who had the same circumstances as me. And hopefully, by the end of this story, this journey, you'll have a deeper understanding and just know a little about who I am. Many of you think you know who I am, but you only know my name. You don't know my story. But here's how it begins. Gang life. Anybody that thinks there's loyalty in this game, understand, there's not. Back then we had a code and there was consequences. And if you broke that loyalty, but nowadays, anyone that's attracted to this lifestyle, the money, the success, understand. You get jammed up, you're locked down, you're all alone. All those homies you thought had your back, they ain't coming to save you. It's you by yourself in that jail.
For 14 years, and I currently handle our violent gang. So many young people, even if they're not in gangs, make split-second decisions, right, that aren't always good. And
Serious to the point where he had to do American History X on him. So anyone that's seen that movie, we're guys that were kind of forced, so to speak, into that life, whether you like it or not, unfortunately. You know, and we're both lucky to kind of be where we are too today.
It was going to be a point where they were going to sit there and say, you know what, man, my bad.
Yeah.
But it was never a situation I looked at that we were walking into a building and going, yo, let's throw the fuck down. Like, it was, we're not going to run like cowards or chickens with our head between our tails if the 20 come to 4. Because our mentality was, okay, if the 20 come to 4, you better make sure that we're all dead.
I built this shit. Me. You think I'm just going to forget what they did? Let me ask you a question. What good is power if you cannot protect the ones you love? They came for everything that I love. They came for my empire. When you play in this Game of Thrones, there's only 2 choices. You either live or you die. There is no middle ground. You leave one wolf alive, and the sheep are never safe. So either we fight and die, or we submit and die. How far would you go to protect the ones you love? What would you do if someone was hunting to kill you and your family? Would you run away, or would you stand and fight?
If he's fighting to protect, and that's all.
Pretty much 3 against like 6. So something's about to happen.
He wanted what?
Gives me his jacket, gives me his watch, and if these 2 guys are about to square up, I need to go home. So whatever you plan on doing, do this real quick, because I'm not holding this stuff. You need to get this over with real quick. It wasn't real quick.
On 2-3 guys by himself.
Try this at home.
He did.
It's just one nice boom, he goes down.
As he finished destroying these guys, and you can hear the bop, bop, and that's the people just landed on the ground and stone cold stunners and
talking about almost killing someone in self-defense.
I do what I got to do, and you do what you got to do.
He was innocent and didn't have a choice, but if he would have caught him, he would have died. That was the situation where he had horseshoes up his ass, and I'm glad, obviously, because that was crazy. Man, they were hunting him for a while.
Which seems to be where he ended up with the name DTEFLON, because it seems like, I mean, this is one example of this kind of hate or issue that he's been through with other people, and he's like somehow continuously overcome.
For many years, people wanted me to do this, and I didn't really feel, one, do I really want to share this part of my life and the story and just be that vulnerable to open up? Is it going to be a day that I'm going to end up like, you know, in some situation that I can't get out of?
You know, like they're grabbing cue sticks and to deal with all this shit, his home life, you know, and all these other things. And, you know, from where he's come to where he is now, statistically, he either should be dead or in a serious, like, gang member type thing, so to speak. If you look at all the things that transpired in those years.
Yeah, wow.
But he protected me a lot, so my friends and I didn't have to put up with anything. And he made sure that we were safe. If we were harassed, he'd throw them out.
That 10-year stretch, give or take, I probably was the one guy that ended up knowing almost every single thing.
And I'm hoping with those who watch this, those who see this, those that see it in its final entirety, either maybe be inspired, or maybe can help, or maybe can guide someone who may have possibly going through some hard times, some situations that they feel that they can't overcome. And hopefully, you know, if there's one person that it can inspire, then we'll see if the job is done.
He had a smile on his face. It didn't matter
That's
what was
amazing.
going on. He was always attentive to the people that he cared about.
In this generation, it's so hard to find real people. And he's never, from, the only thing that's changed about Dee is that he's more protective of himself.
You who are positive influences in the world and have a great vibe.
He's always been tough, but I would say he's a lot tougher now with his boundaries. And he's more vocal about, nah, I'm not going to put up with that shit. I don't have time for that in my life. So I feel like he's changed in that he's quicker to dump the bullshit and cut the people out of his life who are trying to bleed it dry. So,
You can't bring back the ones you love. But what you can do, the best way to honor their memory, is by helping others. I knew after that night, everything changed, and we were at war. And as the body count rose, I knew this only was going to end one way. I knew what I needed to do next. This had to end. This had to end now. The day I got stabbed, I realized the difference between dying for something and dying for nothing. I realized the only reason why I fought so hard to stay alive that day was because I didn't want to die for nothing. But today, I can die for something. My way, my choice.